Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous, and I am back today with another episode of r/HumansBeingBros. Really quickly, before we get into this video, I just wanted to say that I'm aware that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and the murder of George Floyd was absolutely horrific, and the injustices that are being brought to light are just heartbreaking, and I am with you. And I just wanted to say that Black lives do matter. I'm going to leave a link in the description for a petition for justice for Breonna Taylor, and if you would take a moment to sign that, that would mean the world to me. Discovered this while out for a walk today, made me smile. Oh, so it's a little rock that has been kind of, I don't know, is it a rock or a pebble? I guess pebbles are smaller. It's a smooth rock that says, "You are amazing," and I think it has like a little crown type thing written on it, kind of wedged in between the bigger things. That's so sweet. So if you just look over and you can see, you are amazing. My neighbor, who is an active mountain bike rider, has spent the last 30 minutes out front teaching my son about his new mountain bike and the pieces of it and how to use the gears correctly. That's so cool. I've never really known how to use gears and stuff like that on bikes. So that's really sweet. And he's just spending all that time just because he can. And he's just being nice and so sweet. A teenager was killed in my hometown during a drive-by shooting just weeks before beginning his senior year. His graduation would have been this week. A local artist surprised his mother with a painting of something she didn't think she would get to see. Her son in his cap and gown. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet and just kind to think of her in this moment, because obviously that's such a tragedy. Now this one was actually sent in by Ewa. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name properly, but they saw this, I believe, on one of their walks, and they were really touched by it. So it's an aired up dragon that has "I Heart New York," and it says, "Thank you for helping our community." Took my niece for a 7/8 kilometer walk yesterday. She lost Iggle Piggle, aka Mr. Meeseeks, after a full Super Saiyan meltdown all yesterday. I went and recreated the walk today, and someone had picked him up and stuck him so we'd find him. Thanks, stranger bro. Oh, that's awesome. So they put him up in the bushes so you could see him and he wouldn't get trampled on. That's amazing. Wrist surgery. My surgeon incised around my tattoo. He could have not cared and cut right through it. Pretty bro move if you ask me. My parents found a rejected newborn lamb on their morning walk. The owner couldn't care for it herself, so the lamb is now sleeping in my parents' bedroom until it's old enough to wean, when they will return it to the flock. No. Guys, I might cry. When I was let go from my job last month, the first thing I did was rethink my budget. Discretionary spending had to be chopped, including paying someone to mow the lawn. I live on a massive corner lot, and my lawn wraps uphill. When I was low on time and high on money, it made sense to pay someone. That's changed. So I saved some money and bought a push mower. Then it rained. And rained. And I waited and waited. The grass was over knee-high this morning when I decided I couldn't wait anymore. So I got out my brand new little red mower and gassed it up. I struggled as it clogged, and I'd stop and start, stop and start. One neighbor saw me struggling and, without even asking, got out his push mower and started on the side lawn. He struggled. Another neighbor saw and got out his riding mower and came on over. It's not perfect, but the task that would have taken me all day was done in under 90 minutes. Now they're down the street mowing the lawn of a disabled couple. I'm mind blown. These are neighbors I don't even speak to because social anxiety, and yet they did a thing just to be a good people. Don't sleep on the power of kindness. It's out there. It doesn't have to be big or flashy to be meaningful. It's really awesome to see people doing these kinds of things. I absolutely cannot deal with the lawn. I have really bad allergies and stuff like that, and I can understand the amount of appreciation this person must have for these people, and that they not only just didn't ask, they just came and saw that there was a need, met it, and then went to go help another a disabled couple neighbor. That is just awesome. Way to be a total bro. Thank you, anonymous neighbor. And on their package is written, "Delivered to wrong apartment. Here you go." She made sure her staff was paid, so obviously the internet rewarded her. People have raised over $160,000 for a Fire Festival caterer who was left broke after using her own life savings to pay staff. Good on you guys. Good on her for going way above and beyond to pay her staff, and good on all of those who have pitched in to raise money to cover that for her and to help her out. That just warms my heart. When I see a patient come in for a prescription for antidepressants, I always make sure to give them a compliment. I work in a pharmacy, and we obviously deal with a lot of prescriptions for all sorts of medical conditions. And although I am nice to everyone who comes in, I always make sure I'm extra nice to people who are picking up meds for anything marked for depression, anxiety, or other mental illnesses. My colleagues have noticed this and have asked me why I'm always so nice to certain patients. And although I know everyone could do with a compliment like, "I love your hair," or "That's a really nice top, where did you get it?" I always feel those who have mental illnesses could use the extra pick-me-up. As someone who has battled with mental illness myself, I know I always appreciate the niceties and want to pass this on to other people. My colleagues have called me weird for doing this, but the patients always seem to appreciate it. Would you say this is wrong or strange to do? Edit. Thank you so much to everyone for all the kind words and the awards. It means so much. I just want to apologize for not being very clear in my original post. The compliments are never disingenuous, and the last thing I want is to come across as patronizing to patients. I've taken this on board and hope that none of the patients I speak to feel this way. You are an awesome human being. Nothing wrong with making someone feel better. It's almost strange that the colleagues think it's strange. Thank you to this person for going out of their way for people that they know are struggling with mental illness and mental health. And, you know, it seems strange because we're not used to people going above and beyond to be caring towards people, especially people that they know are likely struggling with those things and really need to be able to hear people, you know, give them an honest compliment and stuff like that. Voluntarily donating 100% of the proceeds after getting sales from a subreddit. PieStats proceeds being donated. Thank you. Hello. Since my Pi-hole macOS app, PieStats, was featured here, I thought it was nice to let you know that I donated 100% of the proceeds so far to the Portuguese League Against Cancer. More details here. Since the project being shared here did help the sales quite a bit, I want to thank this community for it. This donation has a lot of your names in it. I'm not even going to post the link to the project since it was already shared here, and I don't want to spam anyone. I just want to thank you all. Seriously, such a bro. Awesome to come back and let people know that really even just sharing this information with people has helped to, you know, increase the proceeds and also basically increase the impact going towards the League Against Cancer Reddit act of kindness on a post about the riots. This is a few blocks from my disabled sister's group home. She's scared, alone, and unable to get out of bed because she's a quadriplegic. She just called me and said her staff left and no one is in the house. What the heck? She called 911, but no one will come help her. I can't get there because the highways are shut down. This is insane, and these people do not care who they hurt. I'm heartbroken and scared for my family. I live close by. I can ride my bike over there to check on her if you need. Thank you so much. I'll DM you. Thank you to this person being willing to just kind of ride by and see if everything is all right. A few people were concerned that they were sending a stranger to basically the home of someone who is not really able to, like, help themselves or defend themselves in this situation, but apparently they just kind of rode on by the area. They didn't give them an exact address or anything, and they just kind of checked out the situation to make sure there was nothing going on in that direct area, basically. Felt like it deserves a shout out. My local water park is joining their pools, but before they do, they're having a doggy day where you can bring your dogs and have them splash around and play for a while. Yeah, oh my goodness. I wish they did that around where I am. My dog loves the splash pad, like loves it. Oh, that's so cute. Bro goes above and beyond for his employee. I applied for a management program at work, which was basically a promotion that doubled my pay. One part of the application was an essay based on an experience I had managing people. My essay was based on an interaction I had with an employee due to his BO and the many coworkers that came to me about his hygiene. This particular employee was 18 and it was his first job. His parents only let him shower once a week and provided zero toiletries. Me and my other manager apprentice that was training with me went in on deodorant, shower gel, soap, foot powder, insoles, and some other run-of-the-mill bathroom stuff, and gave him access to our office so he could get to it. We got him a membership to the gym across the street so he could shower daily. We lost him as an employee for about 2 months because he no-call, no-showed for 3 shifts. When he finally contacted me, he told me that he was basically kidnapped by his parents because he refused to turn over his paychecks, and it took him a while to escape and set up living arrangements with someone else. We hired him back shortly after, and he was promoted once before I left for somewhere else. Still think about that guy. I'm so glad that they were willing to actually be helpful instead of just saying like, oh, fix it, or we can't have you work here and stuff like that. Really pitching in to help someone, and obviously in a situation with controlling parents, that just clearly not appropriate and possibly dangerous for his well-being. And I'm so glad that they were understanding of his situation to hire him back instead of saying like, oh, you didn't call, so too bad. Just a beautiful story in general. My stepdad spending his hours after his full-time job to build UV disinfecting boxes for the local COVID-19 clinics. I wouldn't even know where to begin on how to do that, but that sounds amazing and is so valuable. Thank you to him. Anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Really quickly, I would like to thank my patrons. Up on the screen, you should see my face palmers and my crazy case. Thank you all so much for supporting me in that way. If you are interested in becoming a patron, checking out the original posts from today's video, or sending me an email for possible inclusion in a future video, all of that information is in the description box, so be sure to check it out. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!